What are the odds? Odd it is, Your Honor, Your Honor. Earlier this week in the Identity Tampa Bay, I do want to draw your attention to a debate that the staff of the Identity Tampa Bay got out in front of early. And various staff members of the Identity Tampa Bay were honestly and openly talking about their favorite Christmas movies. The one I want to highlight was Ben's, because his is the correct answer. The best Christmas movie is Die Hard. Not only because it is the best Christmas movie, but also because there's a huge debate on whether or not it is actually a Christmas movie. Look, everything about Die Hard is perfect, holidays or not. That said, they did make one mistake. Why kill off one of the greatest villains in cinema at the end of the movie? Hans Gruber falling to his death at Nakatomi Plaza. I guess they didn't realize they'd make 4 more Die Hards that would have been a lot better with Hans Gruber. All right, let's move on to the college football playoff. We know the 4 now, 3 unbeatens and 1 one-loss team. LSU, number 1. They opened as a 12 to 12.5 point choice against one-loss Oklahoma, the Big 12 champion. Money already coming in on LSU. Last I saw it at the time of this taping, the Las Vegas Westgate Superbook had it at 13. I expect it will continue to go up. It will probably break through the 14 and go beyond that. Now, this does feel like a potential backdoor cover game when we finally get there. But LSU, an overwhelming favorite, basically 2 touchdowns over one-loss Oklahoma. And how about the, sorry Bears fans, double doink that Ohio State got when the news came down on Sunday? Not only was Ohio State bumped from number 1 and having to play Clemson in the national semifinals, then Vegas got its say and installed Clemson as the favorite over Ohio State. And then the early money came in and immediately pushed Clemson up to a 2.5 point choice. All right, let's move on to Super Bowl odds, because the 49ers impressed throughout much of the NFL season, but most people were looking ahead to a 3-game stretch that would tell us a lot about how good the Niners were. They played the Packers, the Ravens, and the Saints back to back to back. So let's look at the Niners' impact on those 3 teams and then themselves in the Super Bowl odds. Niners just buried Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. As a result, as we speak, the Packers are 16 to 1 to win the Super Bowl. Then the Niners go cross country, lose on a last-second Justin Tucker field goal, and the Ravens are 5 to 2 actual favorites to win the Super Bowl. Then the 48-46 game we just had, ironically, 49ers win 48-46 over the New Orleans Saints, knocking the Saints down to 5 to 1. So where does that leave the Niners after that 3-game gauntlet? It leaves them at 7 to 2 to win the Super Bowl. Interesting how that 3-game stretch for the Niners affected the Vegas odds to win the Super Bowl for all 3 of their opponents. And let's give you one more as we look ahead to Week 15 in the National Football League. First of all, the Buccaneers have been winning, and they've also been covering. And let's just get out there that the Bucs opened as a 4-point road favorite against Detroit this week. At the time of our taping, there had been some early money coming in on the Lions to knock that line down to 3.5. But the one I want to spotlight to you, and this is sometimes how Vegas may know more than the rest of us. You know, the Buffalo Bills, we talked about them last week on the segment. They're still in the mix to actually win the AFC East with a game in hand against the Patriots. Even though the Bills lost to the Ravens, Patriots lose to the Chiefs. Bills are good this year. They are a playoff team. And the Bills seemingly match up well with a Steeler team limited with offensive options. So you would think Bills on the big stage Sunday night, albeit at Heinz Field, would be a favorite against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Nope, they are not. Game actually opened, Bills +1 at Pittsburgh, and immediately money flowed in on the Steelers at the time of our taping, pushing Pittsburgh to a near field goal favorite against Buffalo. As Lee Corso of College Game Day famously says sometimes on the set before he puts some mascot head over his own head, I don't know who the somebodies are, but somebody knows something I don't, so I'm with the somebodies. I would be looking at Buffalo in this game, but I'm also with the somebodies. Those are the odds. We'll talk to you next week.